mantra is more crops, less weeds. We have to ensure that growers are in business for the long term, and so our recommendations have to be practical, yet they have to be enduring into the future.
I see a bright future for the Australian grains industry. I know the challenges are large, but challenges are there to be met by humankind.
The Australian Herbicide Resistance Initiative, AHRI, is focused on securing the future of Australian food production and the sustainability of herbicide and non-herbicide tools to combat weeds in broadacre farming. From the early 1800s, ryegrass was seeded across the country to feed Australia's vast population of sheep. When we changed our focus from sheep farming towards cropping, the ryegrass proved tricky to get rid of. Certain farming practices like monocropping exacerbated the issue, and ryegrass soon evolved resistance to herbicides. The challenge of rapid evolution of herbicide resistance and the threat it posed to grain yields across Australia meant that immediate action needed to be taken by growers, agronomists, chemical companies and researchers alike. AHRI was established in 1998 after it became apparent that some crop weeds were no longer responding to herbicides on farms in Western Australia. AHRI evolved into a national GRDC Centre of Excellence and is known for its impact on Australian and indeed global agriculture.
During the late 1980s, it really exploded in Western Australia, and for several years the resistance problem in Western Australia was really the greatest, not only in Australia but globally. So there was really a period when herbicide resistance was really a major threat to Western Australian grain growers. A crisis point could be seen but never occurred, and the creation of a talented research team has had a lot to do with it, plus some of the world's best farmers.
Our broad purpose of the Grains Research and Development Corporation is to invest in research, development and extension to create enduring profitability for Australian grain growers. So we are the largest investor in grains research in Australia. We partner with organisations such as the University of Western Australia. We are an investor in research, development and extension.
If AHRI hadn't existed 20 years ago and hadn't done the cutting-edge research and communication efforts that it has done over 20 years, I think we'd be in very dire straits here in Australia. I think the weed seed banks would have gotten out of control. I think crop yields would have been adversely affected. I think because of AHRI's research and communications, we've managed to keep a lot of growers in business, and that really is gratifying.
They were absolutely pivotal in taking harvest weed seed to the West Australian farmers, and we've seen a huge uptake, and then now it is spreading across the east coast and the extension is moving out from there.
Over the past 20 years, AHRI has made a significant and direct impact on the Australian grains industry thanks to research and communication about crop science, weed science and herbicide resistance. These achievements reflect an ongoing commitment to ensuring the sustainability of broadacre cropping in Australia and beyond.
The achievements of AHRI have been nothing short than astonishing. Over the 20 years of its existence, it has a global reputation of excellence, from fundamental research all the way to applied management practices.
So AHRI's had some major breakthroughs in understanding resistance evolution. It's creating awareness, how much resistance is out there, and really making a difference in the industry.
AHRI's focus has always been at the grower level, and its research and communications team have worked in collaboration with innovative growers to shape weed seed control practices and technologies, many of which are now being adopted overseas.
So basically, from my point of view, AHRI will go down in the annals of history of the organisation that added the science and getting the results which gave us the confidence then to apply a lot of hard work and make this a success story that has gone global.
The important work conducted by AHRI over the past 20 years has been possible due to the support of its stakeholders, in particular the ongoing support of the GRDC and the University of Western Australia. AHRI also owes its many successes to its passionate and skilled team, a diverse group of researchers, communications experts and agronomists dedicated to encouraging sustainable cropping and weed control across Australia.
What makes a good research team and what makes a successful research team? One is you must have the funding. The investments made, particularly by the GRDC, have been pivotal to success. Secondly, it's all about people, and you've got to have the right people with the right mix of skills, and when you have that and you have an extremely interesting and challenging research question like how do you do something about herbicide resistance, then that combination will make people want to get up and come to work every day.
What personally excites me about the future of AHRI is the people. It's the relationships you develop, not only within our team, but also being able to form those relationships with all our stakeholders, including, of course, growers.
Hasn't been easy, there's no question about it. Hasn't been easy, but if we didn't have AHRI with the science and the research going on, we would never have done this.
When I see the adoption of practices that we have researched and communicated being practiced on millions of hectares, it makes me feel very proud of what we have achieved.